welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. Now, of course, yesterday there was an important event that the Prime Minister, obviously, she also holds the position of Defense Minister. So one of the activities that the Defense Minister have to attend is obviously the presiding over of the ceremony where the police force, the Royal Thai Police, actually given the annual policies to their officials. So yesterday, the Prime Minister Kun Yingluck Shinawatra at 11 a.m. went to the Royal Thai Police Office to preside over the ceremony. There's a row of the officials, of course, and one of the things that we've seen on the front page is the Prime Minister walking through rows of female officers, and this is police officers, female police officers, and obviously this is I think it's a picture where you see women empowerment, I would have to say, because obviously we have women prime minister and also police women as well. Now they say that in this particular event, the Prime Minister has talked about thank you all the officials for taking care of the situation and always nicely deal with all the protests and such, and she encouraged them to make sure that everything that they have done would be under the law, and obviously in terms of dealing with the protests that seems to happen quite a bit, to be a little bit patient and such. Now she said that she would like to focus on the gambling issue as well as drugs, especially the other loans that the loans as well as loan sharks, as well as mafia that seems to happen quite a bit right now. Now she also pressed on the human traits as well as the children rights. There's also the issue of immigrations, the illegal immigrations, as well as several of the environmental issues that might happen right now. She said that all in all, that she would like to request that the police using the law to their purpose and make sure that everything is done within peaceful means. Now, of course, Police General Adun Sangsingkhaew was the one that the police chief that actually accepted her at the Royal Thai Police Office, and Police General Adun Sangsingkhaew has said that he will actually go very, very harsh on all the officers that seems to be able to take bribery and such, and not to encourage any misconduct, because he said that it is very serious issue, and at this point he said that anyone who thinks that they have string attached or any big names behind them at this point, if they don't do their work correctly and just sitting and idling around, obviously they will definitely do not get considered to become a higher rank. Now, he also talked about the protesting as well, saying that it is able, a lot of people should be able to have the rights to do so, and the right of the officers to deal with this particular situation is to do any way they could to make sure that it is peaceful and use less violence as possible. Anything has to be transparent and treated with equality. So at this point, it seems like good policy that were given to officers in terms of, trying to protect us at this point.
True.
Yeah. So we're going to have to see
how they enforce
exactly
the policy and the rules of law. Talking about how they enforce the rule of law, actually right now ongoing is the budget bill that probably going to go through the budget bill of the fiscal year 2014. What is happening is that the opposition party has filed a complaint to the Constitutional Court to actually make judicial decision on this draft, whether it's violate the Constitution itself or not. So today at 10 a.m., we will hear the decision by the Constitutional Court whether this violate any law in particular. In relation to that, actually, Since yesterday, the United Front for Democracy Against Dictatorship, or we call for short UADD, or Red Shirts, actually went to the Supreme Court to complain that they believe that Constitutional Court doesn't have the authority to actually make a judicial decision on this case in particular.
Right.
So they tried to file the complaint, and they were actually gathering in front of the court for a long while. But Nai Sonrak Malai Thong, the spokesperson of Radio for Democracy Network, which is the fraction of the Red Shirt itself that was rallying in front of the courthouse, he said that he was called or coordinated from one of the people in Pheu Thai party, asking him to stop pressuring the Constitutional Court during the process of making of the consideration. So they don't want to pressure the court in front of the courthouse, so they moved to the house of the judge itself.
Because that would be a better thing to do?
That's probably what he believed.
Okay.
And he said they will gather in front of the house of the judge. The judge name is Bun Song. He will gather in front of the house of the judge until the Constitutional Court finish their decision, and then he will move back to the Constitutional Court again.
Right. Okay. So
that's
still
how
technically that just changing a location.
Not pressuring in front of the office of the judge, but move to pressure in front of the house of the judge instead.
Somehow that's kind of even worse. But well, they're gonna have to deliberate
today at 10 a.m.
Yeah, so we're probably gonna know more about whether or not, what would the Constitutional Court think. But that's the thing, there seems to be quite a bit of cases and complaint that the court ended up is almost like a referee. You either could please one side or the other. So at this point, it's good that they have deliberation on it.
In terms of a Constitutional Court, there is actually a set of rules whether any petition or any case they can take into consideration or not. But this one, they already said it's
that they
falling in
exactly. So let them do the job and such. No pressure. This is one of the hard things. Who would have thought that all these jobs are actually hard to deal with? But obviously,
judge and referee.
Yeah. Obviously, not very easy task, it just seems. So at least we're going to know more. So over the weekend, obviously, we probably will be able to bring you a little bit more completed, set of news to see whether or not what's going to happen, obviously. But at this point, we're going to take a short break because Kun Chen will actually talk to us a little bit about the whole clocking in and out on other people's behalf by the MPs. So please stay tuned.